talking about like tumors dissolving off people's bodies. And I actually just had lunch with a guy. He was one of the original people in our church in College Station. And he had actually gotten into a car accident. And it caused one of his ribs to pop out. And it was something that they couldn't really fix. And so every time it would pop out, he'd have to go to a chiropractor and they would have to put it back in. And he was in it was just a Sunday morning service. This was down in College Station. It was just a Sunday morning service, and it was a Saturday night, and his rib had popped out on that Saturday afternoon, and chiropractor was closed, everybody's closed that afternoon. And so he actually came to church that night, and he said while he was sitting there, he was sitting on this side of the auditorium, and while he was sitting there, he said he felt a hand grab his rib and slowly start pushing in and popped it in. And he said he never had it didn't hurt when that happened, but he never had an issue with that ever again, and that was 15 years ago. And at the very same time, there was a lady that was sitting over here, and she had a cancerous growth on her hand that was about the size of a quarter in width. And the doctors told her she needed to have it lasered off, and so she had it scheduled to get it lasered off about a week later. And so when that was happening with that man, she's sitting over here, and she looked down. Now, she didn't know about that guy. I didn't know about that till a week later. And she said she looked down, and this tumor starts shrinking while she's just looking at it. And her little boy was sitting next to her. He was like 10 years old. And so many times the kids are smarter than us adults, you know. And she looked at her little boy, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, it's shrinking." And she goes, because I was pastoring at the time, she said, do you think I should have Pastor Chad pray for me? And her son, which is so much smarter, he goes, "Why would you do that? God's already healing you." And they're watching it shrink while they're just sitting there. And she says about the size of the quarter, and it went all the way down and disappeared. And again, I'm hearing about this the next week. And she said all that was left was this perfect circle of just, like brand new skin. And she said she went to work the next day, and she was a hairstylist, and she showed all of her friends because they knew about it. None of them believed her. They thought she went to the doctor that week and had it lasered off. And then she went to her doctor that Tuesday or Wednesday for like her, checkup. They're gonna cut it off. And the doctor got mad at her because he accused her of going to another doctor to get it cut off. And so nobody believed her. But like we started having stuff like that happen back in the beginning. And we weren't really laying hands on people.